Ravens flock. The flock rundown is the place to be. My man Ryan has been a lifelong Ravens fan since he was born. So I'm telling you now, it's about to go down. The podcast, the flock rundown. Ravens, baby. Nothing gets better than waking up and wondering how high we can fly. Tune in.
Motionless brainwaves attempt to swim their way to sense, can't tame the untamed.
Appreciate you, Ray. What's up, Ravens fans? My name is Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of the Flock Rundown. So the Ravens' preseason win streak is over. We lost 29-28 to the Washington Commanders starters. No, I'm just kidding. They did play their starters for an entire half. Like, I get Sam Howell. I get that. He's young. He's a fifth round pick. Give him some time to get more comfortable. But like Terry McLaurin playing the whole half and stuff against our fifth string corners is just crazy. Wishing Terry McLaurin a speedy recovery. He went down with a toe injury, and that's why you don't play guys in the preseason that matter. The Ravens have experienced this in years past tenfold. So don't play your starters unless they're really young and they need the experience. Shout out to King Jones 4953 for winning the $50 giveaway yesterday. He guessed 187 total passing yards. It was 185. There were so many close guesses, so shout out to everybody. Everyone had really good guesses, and it was fun. It came down to the wire, especially when we got the ball back at the end and we had that Hail Mary. I was like, one completion would change, like it would jump like six guesses, just to, you know what I mean? So it really was close, and it was kind of fun to watch. But let's get into the game. We'll start with the wide receivers, the man, the myth, the legend, the joystick. Zay Flowers scores a touchdown, just continues the offseason of dominance, man. Seriously, this guy is special. He's explosive, and he's going to make a lot of plays. You don't always expect rookies to come in and just dominate, but he has a chance to if he's involved. I think it's just about volume for him. I think when he gets the ball in his hands, he's going to make plays more than not. He's a talent, man. He's really good. We just got to find ways to give him the ball, especially in space like you saw last night. He just finds the open part of the field, runs a slight out route. There's no one there. Give him the ball. It's only like a 5-6 yard completion, but look what he does with it. He took like a 15-yard run to the end zone. So Zay Flowers is special, and I don't think we need to see him in the next preseason game, to be honest. I think we've seen enough. Sit him, keep the health strong, and let's get ready for the regular season. Like, he got hurt. Treadwell wasn't even involved. There's just no one pushing Tylan Wallace for this spot, so it seems like Tylan Wallace has got this fifth spot, whatever you want to call it. I mean, Duvernay's right there too. I'm pretty sure Duvernay is going to make the team, but I think Tylan Wallace is probably having a better camp and preseason than Duvernay is. And another guy who's not pushing either of them for that spot is James Prochet. He had a jump ball in the end zone and just completely flopped on it, and it got intercepted, taken back to the 50. Fan base has been pretty hard on James Prochet for a few years now, and I get it. He's getting a lot of opportunities and really not capitalizing on any of them. And it kind of makes you question, like, why is he getting so many opportunities? So I understand that, but definitely don't need to, like, hate on him as the person, you know what I mean? Like, this dude just lost his mom, and he's a person. He's a human being just like us. And to be honest, is having probably a lot more opportunity than a lot of us are. He's played in the NFL for years. So I respect James Prochet. I just don't think he's shown enough to make the roster. And that's just the reality of it. You know what I mean? You don't have to attack the person. But I don't think he's going to make this team just because of the play on the field. All right, let's head over to the running backs. Justice Hill looked as advertised, explosive as ever. Looks like he always does. He hits the edge so well. Him and Keaton Mitchell are similar and are just home run hitters. Give him the ball and watch a 30-yard run get ripped off. And then we saw him in the second quarter of this game, but he had one catch and one carry. So Not a great sample size, but he did get hurt too, so that probably has a lot to do with it. I forgot about that. He did get hurt, but Harbaugh said there are no serious injuries after the game because there was a lot of guys that did get banged up, but no serious injuries. And Keaton Mitchell continued to make plays every time he touches the ball. You know, he did something with that one carry, so I think he makes the team over Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon started the game kind of slow, in my opinion. He had this one run on third down where he, like, couldn't get to the edge, and I was just like, I think it was in the first quarter, I was like, oh, my goodness, like, this guy looked old, you know what I mean? But as the game went on, I think he warmed up, and he had some nice inside runs, some power runs, and had some nice third down conversions for us. And I like what I'm seeing from Melvin Gordon. I just think our running back room is so stacked with J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, Justice Hill, and then, in my opinion, Keaton Mitchell over Melvin Gordon, just because Keaton Mitchell is younger. He's a rookie. He's way more explosive. And he's our returner. I know Duvernay might be the returner in the regular season, but they're running Keaton Mitchell at returner the whole preseason, which tells me that they like what they see. He looks good at returning the ball. So the fact that he's contributing at an important spot on special teams, he's an explosive running back who can make home run plays for us in the pass game as well. And then also he's a rookie compared to Melvin Gordon, who's, you know, on the wrong side of 30. I think Keaton Mitchell makes his team over Melvin Gordon, but Melvin Gordon should play in the NFL this year if he wants to. I think he could be a nice backup for somebody. Backup quarterbacks, Josh Johnson and Anthony Brown each got a half. Josh Johnson got the first half. Anthony Brown got the second half. Josh Johnson looked great. I mean, they both looked solid, to be honest with you. Even Anthony Brown played decent. But I definitely think the night goes to Josh Johnson. He looked really good. There was that one ball to Prochet that got intercepted that I thought was slightly underthrown. If Josh Johnson would have led Prochet where Prochet could have stayed full speed and just extended his hands out for the ball, I think that would have been a touchdown. So, I mean, part of that interception is the throw, but James Prochet still had like a hell of a chance to get it. The throw wasn't awful. It was slightly underthrown, and it shouldn't have been intercepted is what I'm trying to get at. But Josh Johnson was slinging it, man. He had some great throws over the middle to the tight ends. He had that nice back shoulder to Tylan Wallace in the end zone. I liked what I saw from Josh Johnson. I still think if Huntley's healthy, he's our number 2. But Josh Johnson, to me, looks like he will be that emergency third quarterback, and I'm completely fine with that. I think he's solid. I think he's the right guy for that job. Charlie Kolar led our team in receiving yards. He had some great catches down the middle from Josh Johnson, some jump balls where he just used his body to get position on the defender and make the catch. And I liked what I saw from Charlie Kolar a lot. I remember last week I was saying that he wasn't flashing as much, but he made some really strong catches, some really good plays. And Travis Vokalek might have been one of the stars of the night. He had 2 touchdowns, and he's literally doing everything he can to make this team. I don't know what spot he would be able to replace. You know, he would almost have to bump Charlie Kolar out. It seems like the practice squad is most likely the destination for Vokalek, but he's playing so well that I don't know how he wouldn't get picked up if we do put him on the practice squad. So the only thing I can think of is maybe he's trade bait. We've seen that in the past, you know, a late round pick, a 4th to 7th round pick. You might be able to get for him. I don't know, but I think he deserves to be on a roster. I'd love him to be on this roster. He'd have to bump Charlie Kolar out. I don't think we're bringing 4 tight ends on game day unless Pat Ricard doesn't play and we kind of use other guys in his role. I'm just trying to figure a way for Vokalek to make the team. I don't see the path, but he's literally making it as hard as possible because last week he did great. This week he did even better. And we've heard great things throughout camp from him. Shout out to Travis Vokalek. He deserves to play on Sunday. Offensive line play wasn't incredible across the board, to be honest with you. I didn't think Saleh looked great, especially in the run game. He's missing some blocks. I definitely think John Simpson has the edge over the rookie Saleh at the left guard spot. Wasn't really impressed with anybody. Even Falele, who I'm really high on. I was talking him up. He's our future right tackle. I still believe that. I'm calling it now. He is the future right tackle of the Baltimore Ravens. But he missed some assignments last night and let some guys get around, and I just didn't love the O-line play in general. But I want to go back and watch the replays and specifically look at each guy as well and break down some film throughout this week. So maybe my opinion will change. Maybe some guy did really actually play a really good game. But watching the game overall, I felt like the O-line could have played better. Let's hit the defense. Cornerbacks played okay. For the circumstances, they played okay. I thought Seymour and Adarius Washington really stepped up, especially from last week. And they had solid games. They had nice pass breakups. Tay Hayes, who we just picked up off the waivers, ended up getting an interception. The ball kind of just came right to him. It was a miscommunication or an awful throw from Brissett. I'm not sure. Kyu Blue Kelly was probably the talk of the corners last night. I was saying last week when he came in only the fourth quarter, it was a sign of where the coaches viewed him. But he did earn some more playing time, and that proved to be true. He came in a lot earlier last night. He had some struggles for sure. I do want to say he's covering some pretty solid receivers. I mean, he got beat by Terry McLaurin a few times. Brown beat him in the end zone. That was a bad play. But I don't expect Kyu Blue Kelly to be able to cover Dotson or Terry McLaurin right now. I mean, he's a fifth-round rookie, who's getting thrown into the fire, and the Commanders have their starting offense out there. It's tough to judge. It does show where Kyu Blue Kelly's at, though. I mean, that's a fact, right? Like, he's not ready. He's not ready to have a prime role in a starting defense on the Ravens during the regular season. We've pretty much shown that. But I still like him as a player, and he's a competitor. And he got better as the game went on a little bit, but he did get banged up, which sucks. But Harbaugh said no serious injuries. He should be fine. We just didn't get to see him at full strength towards the end of the game. I'd say not a great night for him, but man, the cards were just stacked against him with the offense, the starting offense of the Commanders. I think it's unfair to look at Kyu Blue Kelly and be like, you need to cover Terry McLaurin consistently. It's like, bro, like Marlon Humphrey might lose some routes to Terry McLaurin. I mean, this is like he's a really, really good player. He's one of the best receivers in this league. So it's just tough, It's really tough to assess Kyu Blue Kelly. I think it just puts him in his place, that he's a rookie. He's a rookie who's just going to provide us some depth and special teams play this year. Linebackers, I was focused on Malik Ham, who ended up getting another strip, continues to make plays. He almost had a sack as well. I really like his motor and how he's playing. He's also a Baltimore native. That helps a little, I think. I think he can make this team. I really do. Malik Ham's playing his butt off, man, and I love what I'm seeing from him. Trenton Simpson was out there flying around. I know some people were like, oh, he missed the tackle and let up the touchdown and got a face mask. That was a bad play, I'll admit. The play where he let up that touchdown and grabbed the dude's face mask, he was one-on-one in space, and he didn't make the tackle and grab the guy's face mask and let up the touchdown. Terrible play. But he also had a sack. He was getting pressure, and I felt like he was just flying to the ball. It seemed like he was getting to the ball quicker than anybody on our defense. And I love his upside. I love his game in general. And I think he's probably just playing a little too fast right now, and he's still not fully comfortable. This was his first NFL game ever. So let's give him some slack here. I thought he was flying around. I really liked what I saw from Trenton Simpson. Did he make some mistakes? Yeah, absolutely. Especially that touchdown. That can't happen. This is his first game ever. And he missed some practice during training camp. Like, let's let him warm up. He's also not going to play a pivotal role for this defense. We have Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith. We can still bring in Trenton Simpson here and there, especially on some like blitz packages and stuff. I just love Trenton Simpson. I think he's versatile, and he's very fast, and that's going to help. That's going to help him be able to do multiple different things in our defense. And I think as the years go, we'll see Trenton Simpson playing a pretty pivotal role for the Baltimore Ravens. David Ojabo still not jumping off the screen, but I thought he played solid. He definitely was better in the run game than he was last week, and that's what in the pregame I was saying was what my focus was for him. I know he can get to the quarterback. I know he didn't get a sack. He had that pressure on third down near the goal line, pressured Sam Howell and forced a field goal. I thought that was a good play. He's not out there enough, in my opinion, to be racking up sacks. You can't always expect – this guy's playing like a couple drives So you can't expect a sack every time. If he played the entire game, maybe, yeah, we should expect one sack. But a couple drives, let's cut him some slack. I thought he was better in the run game. But I understand what people are saying is he's not jumping off the screen. He's not ripping around the tackles and putting pressure constantly on the quarterback. We're definitely not seeing any of that. He could be holding back a tiny bit. I'm not sure, because he's definitely going to be our starter. Ojabo and Owe are our outside linebackers, are our pass rushers. And he's going to play a pivotal role in this defense. So I don't know if he's holding back a little or if he's just young. That's another thing. This is his first offseason. This is his first preseason. This is like his third or fourth game ever. And give him some time, But I love his game, and I think he's got all the potential in the world, and he's really going to come into it. He's got all the confidence in the world, all the self-belief in the world. And you're going to see him come into his own as this season goes for sure. And I think if we got a sample size of an entire game, he would get that sack. And then everybody would get off his back. You know what I mean? So it's hard to always just go out there and flash in a couple drives. But I thought he was much improved in the run game. And that's really what's important, is that he's just stacking growth. I just want to see improvement week after week. And I thought he did that. Last guy on the D-line before we get out of here is Travis Jones. I was talking him up in the pre-show. I was talking him up last week. I'm still talking him up. He got a sack. He's just constantly pushing the interior of the offensive line. He's dominant in the run game. And I couldn't be higher on Travis Jones. We haven't seen Michael Pierce. He's expected to be the starter. And Travis Jones will play a lot as well, though. And then in heavy packages on goal line or whatever, they'll both be in probably to stop the run. But I think that they're both dominant run defenders. And Travis Jones, week by week, is putting more pressure on the quarterback as well, just pushing that interior of the offensive line back. Travis Jones, a beast, man. He's a beast. This guy's going to be around for a long time. He's going to be dominant nose tackle for the Baltimore Ravens. And even though we lost, I love the fight of this team. The way Harbaugh was talking about this team after, you could tell that it mattered. It wasn't just a preseason game, especially to these backups. I think it's a little crazy that it mattered so much to the Commanders that they were risking their stars, you know what I mean, to have Terry McLaurin out there. I guess Dotson and Howe isn't that surprising. They're both young. But Terry McLaurin should not be playing. And maybe a drive or something, but this guy is out there the entire first half, and now he's injured, you know what I mean, which sucks. And you hate to see that. So we had all backups in, basically, and they were fighting, man. They were really fighting, and hats off to them. I love the fight of this team. And if that's how the depth guys are fighting, I can only imagine that our starters are going to be even more, man. It's going to be a lot to deal with. There was a lot of talent for us not on the field, so it's exciting to see what the Baltimore Ravens are going to be this year. And week 1 of the regular season is quickly approaching, and I can't wait. I can't wait. Football is almost here, and we'll finally get to see Lamar Jackson and Odell and this new Todd Monken offense, and we'll get to see what we really have and start building week by week towards the Super Bowl. Appreciate you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Flock Rundown. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys next time.
Motionless brainwaves attempt to swim their way to sense, can't tame the untamed.